All right, hello everyone. Welcome. We have some guests today for our restorative class. We have Bindi and Theo, who are very good friends of ours and happen to be our neighbors, which is very convenient. And they're going to be playing the harmonium and the guitar throughout your practice today. You will need a couple of pillows, perhaps a couple of blankets if you wish. If you have some blocks or books lying around, that may be helpful for props as well. Because I'm so far away from the screen and you're turned sideways, I can't read any of your comments. However, I can always see them later if you want to leave me a little hello or something like that. Through our practice today, because we have this beautiful live music and because it's a little easier for me not to have to necessarily talk over them, what I'll do is I'll put you into your restorative posture with lots of variations. So if you need to shift or change during your time in the posture, you can. And then I'll, for the most part, be pretty quiet so you can just simply enjoy the sounds of the music and their voices. So try to make it as much of an immersive inward experience as you can. We've been very outwardly, kind of been very outwardly in existence lately, even though we're in our homes, we're in quarantine, and in a way we are not doing a lot of the things we normally do that are very much us in the world because of everything going on. And from what I've seen and how I've talked to people, people are still very much experiencing that outer world and not necessarily getting the time to connect to themselves, their inward world, which restorative is really beautiful to do. So if you can today, allow yourself that bit of space where you can let the outside world fall away, any worries, anything that's going on, and really connect to how you're feeling and the emotions and the physical components of the postures as well, and kind of immerse yourself in this hour with us. And sound is so beautiful to do that as well. So today we're going to start seated on our bum. If you have one of your pillows, you can put it under your tush. Bindi and Theo are going to lead us through a little bit of gentle music for our initial intention setting, and then we'll get into our postures today. Let's sit nice and tall. Legs can be cross-legged, they could be in front of you, whatever is most comfortable for you to have a really tall spine. Palms face up or down on your thighs, and relax your shoulders and lengthen the back of your neck. You're invited to close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable. And take 3 deep breaths in through your nose to your belly, up to your ribs, and then your chest, filling that full. And then let the exhale come out, decompressing in the reverse manner, chest, ribs, belly. Just do that 2 more times on your own. As we start to center within ourselves, we can relax any tension in our face or jaw, and tongue can relax on the roof of our mouth. Find a sliver of softness within you. Just your focal point today through our practice. I'll invite you into the sacred space of your heart. This can be front of your chest, just below your collarbones. All of your awareness while you breathe can come here, or even the back of the heart. If you feel like there's a little bit of tenderness there, we can invite some awareness. So the following 3 breaths is just shift our awareness to the front of our chest, or the center of our shoulder blades. Welcome in a specific intention for your practice today. You can do this now or prayer, sankalpa. As we already talked a little bit of our inner and outer world, perhaps a molding, a unity of what this inner and outer world may seem separate, but is truly unified when we find that deeper awareness. Take 3 more breaths. eyes to heart center, palms connect, a small jaw down of the chin, just acknowledgement to our heart space today to be tender, to be gentle with ourselves as we move through this practice. And you can go ahead and open your eyes. We'll start very gentle, not too long in our holds. You can bring our arms behind our back, interlace our fingers, and then bring your interlaced fingers over towards your left side. So it might not mirror in Instagram, so you might have to listen more to my instructions. And as you snug those fists to the left side of your body, let's lift up nice and tall with the breath in. And let our left ear drop towards our left shoulder. We'll stretch through the throat and the neck. And you can explore here, dropping the chin, circling it up until you find a nice sweet spot. Weighting down the right shoulder as you breathe in to lift a little, and the exhale to soften that left ear, the left shoulder. Little head comes back to center. Simply move your interlaced fingers over to the other side. Okay. Relax the shoulders, lift tall through the spine, and right ear to right shoulder. You can explore with the chin where it feels nice, and then hold there for a few moments. Coming back to center, release your hands forward in front of you, so you're on your hands and knees. Let's just do a few cat-cows. Okay, as you breathe in, let's dip your belly, lift your heart and gaze. Exhale, curl your spine to the ceiling, tuck your chin, round your back, curl your toes under as well. Inhale, dip your belly, lift your heart, point your toes. Exhale, curl to the ceiling, maybe toes under as well as you look towards your knees. One more time on your own, nice and soothing, finding that gentleness within. Return to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of your pillows. Okay, depending on the size of your pillows and the height that they create, you might have one or two. And if you have that third or fourth pillow, or just your second pillow, you can put it at the bottom of your mat. So this is the bottom, that would be the top end. And this can be done with a blanket, if you wish, or with a strap, if you want to have some binding. What we're going to do is we're going to sit right to the edge of our pillow. We're going to put our feet on the second pillow. You might need to help yourself support. And this is where you could bind if you wanted. You could wrap your blanket around your calves so it's nice and snug, and then snug it into the edges of your legs. Now when we lay back, we want to make sure that our shoulders are to the edge of our pillow and that our head goes back, so it's a nice little back bend. Now my pillows are pretty dense, so it's a little bit of a bigger one for my throat. So you could be on a lower level to make this much more gentle. Okay. Arms can go down beside us, or hands can be on our ribs or hips, wherever is comfortable. Okay. If you feel like you're teetering to one side, just adjust, because we're going to be here for maybe about 3 or 4 minutes. If your head doesn't really like this, we could have a blanket just lifting our head a little so the back bend through the throat is not as big. So settle into that space, find your comfort, and then to know if you're really good in that spot, take 3 deep breaths and notice if you can really relax the body without needing to hold yourself in that place. You might close your eyes and start to create a rhythmic breath as you observe this first posture in your body today. It's a bit of a heart opener. We find our sense of joy for life, tapping into that space. 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, feeling the heart melt and soften closer to the earth on every exhale. It's nice to just unbind the legs by maybe separating the feet a little bit, bend the knees and feet to the floor. You can use your hands behind your head to help tuck your chin so there's no strain on the neck. And then roll up using maybe your hands beside your pillows to come up towards seated, looking something like this when we rise, hands to shins. As we sit up nice and tall, take a few more moments here to have some space after each posture. So you can start to sense those subtle energies, the subtle ripple effects of the posture you were just in. Breathe breaths. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and open our eyes if they're closed. We'll come to our next posture. You can move the pillow that was at the bottom of your mat out of the way. And then you don't want to likely double up your pillows. If your pillows are really squishy, you may want a third pillow. It's going to depend on how you feel. Now for this one, we're going to do a side bend. Okay. So you're going to put your pillows just past halfway up your mat, depending on how long your torso is. And as you set your pillows up, so it's pretty high, so I'm going to test it out first. We're going to sit beside our pillow with a little space from our hip to our pillow. Because our pillows are a little bit wider than a bolster, you may be quite snug right up to your pillow, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and lift our side body and lay our side body over our pillow, reaching our arm out. So you can lay on, let's actually start on our left side today. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier. And you're going to reach your left arm out, and you shouldn't ideally not be right up to your armpit. If you can like snug those pillows in a bit so there's more space, that would be great. And then we can either bend our left elbow and have it under our head. So this is a little bit high for me. Or we can reach the arm out and let the head come down, and we get a side bend through our neck. Our legs, knees can be stacked one over the other, or we can have a blanket in between our knees or another pillow. We're going to stay here with our right hand on the pillow just for a few breaths to let the side body adjust. And if we're leaning forward, where the chest is turned down, or we're leaning back, we're going to try and stack the right shoulder over the left. Once you've had a few breaths here, you'll be able to lift your right arm straight up to the sky, and maybe you don't have a partner with you, over your head, and you'll relax it completely. So for me, I actually naturally will bend the elbow to actually be able to relax. I don't keep it straight. So this arm is completely soft and gooey, but it's reaching first, and then you let it go, and it's going to go where it wants to go. Let's stay and breathe here. This is about a 4-minute hold for us today. Try to breathe into your right upper ribs, feeling that softening and decompressing through the right side, all the way from neck to hip. like to bring in a bit of a twist here. We're going to reach that right arm up to the sky, and we're going to let it be like a dead weight opening to the right side, away from our left arm. We're just going to let it go. So I have a window in the way, so I'm just going to bend the elbow, and it's just going to hang there naturally. I'm not holding it in place, I'm not holding my body in place. So the body might slide a little, and let yourself land wherever you need to be. Take your last deep breath. Perhaps that right arm open. We're going to bring our right arm back in front of our body to our pillows. And then very slowly, since we're in this for a little bit of a longer hold, start to peel your side body off of your pillows towards eventually a seated position. Please don't rush. The transitions are just as important as the stillness in the postures. You could sit with your legs in front, hands on shins once more for a tall spine. Or if we feel like we need a little bit of movement, hands behind us and a little windshield wiper back and forth. Breathing down to the pit of the belly, noticing if one side feels a little bit more supple and free. Hands back to the shins if they wandered. And please know that child's pose is also available in between any of your postures if you prefer that. Okay, for our other side, we'll just switch sides. Okay. So it'll be your right side down. And we'll stack our knees a little bit, get that pillow pretty close to our hip because most of our pillows are going to be quite a bit wider than a bolster. If you're using a bolster, you're going to want a little bit of space from your hip. Same thing from your armpit. And as you pull those pillows in, snug them in, and pull your body over, just the side body, your right arm can come out towards the side of your mat or under your head. And then I always recommend at least a couple breaths to land before choosing to bring your arm overhead. Okay, your left arm. Your knees can be stacked. You could have a pillow, a block, an extra blanket in between our knees and ankles. We want to make it extra loving, extra restorative. And you can always have more than just knees stacked. Yeah, you can use your intuition to place your legs where it's comfortable as well. Stay in this extended side arm bend for about 4 minutes, and then we'll open up like we did before for the last 1.5. Try to find some rhythmic breathing. And if you're finding the mind is still pulling you out of your body to somewhere else, try to count your breath 4 beats in and 4 beats out, stabilizing that mind-body awareness. Remember not to hold your arm over your head, but to just reach and then let it go. Go ahead and take our last full breath into our side body and heart. Very slowly start to lift that left arm back in front of us towards our pillows or bolster. And please take your sweet time rising, peeling the right side off of your cushions or your bolster. Please don't rush that process. You can even pause. I often pause when I'm doing restorative on my own, just to give the body a little moment. And once you rise up, we're going to actually shift into child's pose supported. So you can take those 2 pillows you had and put them lengthwise on your mat. I'm just going to show you this way. It's a little easy to see. So they're turned now vertical on your mat versus horizontal. Knees go nice and wide. And you're going to snug those pillows up close towards the inner knees and lay your belly, chest, and face down on your pillows, gazing to one direction, arms down the side. We're going to do a 2-minute rebound now that we finished both sides. Okay, so choose one ear to be down for a minute, and then I'll shift you into the other side when we're done our 1 minute. And breathing long into the back side of our heart. Remember, our drishti, our intention space today is back in front of the heart. Often we don't think about breathing into the back space of our heart. So perhaps focus a little more there today. Switch which ear is down. Change your gaze direction. Go ahead and rise from your child's pose. Shift yourself off to the side, and we're going to set ourselves up for another symmetrical posture with 2 of our pillows. One pillow is towards the top end of your mat, the second is just a bit forward of that first one. If you have a block or an extra pillow or a blanket and you want a little more height, you could put it under that first pillow just to give you a little more of a ramp. This is where our extra blankets can come in as well for this posture. I'm going to lay sit bones on the ground. Our back will lay onto our pillow, so you might have to have a couple moments of adjustment here to get it just right. As we lay down, we want to make sure our head lands on our pillow. If we feel like our chin is really lifted, we might stuff a little blanket under our head so we're not extending through our throat area. Your feet could be hip distance apart, knees bent. We could have feet wide, knees fall in. Or we could have feet together, knees apart for reclined cobblers. And this is where it's really nice to have some extra blankets or pillows underneath your knees. This could be blocks or books as well. And it gives you that restorative-like quality. Our hands could be on the front of our belly if we need some connection with grounding. We could hold them momentarily to our heart and breathe into our hands. Or they can simply go down beside us softly. This is one of our longest holds today. So find the most comfort that you can gather. If that means you have to get up and get an extra blanket or pillow or 2, I would advise it. This is going to be about a 7-minute hold or longer. So find your comfort, and I'll meet you in this posture. face kind of posture. If you wish to sing along softly, I really encourage you. That vibration just from singing can really have a beautiful effect on the opening for this posture. If that's something you do not wish to do, it's okay. Then you can certainly simply listen to beautiful tones and focus on breathing into the front of your heart. Perhaps I'll ask Bindi and Theo to sing just a slight bit louder so that you can perhaps sing with them. Long breaths here into the nose, releasing the belly and the ribs and the chest fully. And feel the decompression as you sigh through your mouth. Just 2 more times on your own. Bring yourself back. You wandered, feeling the experience of the moment. If our arms are down the sides, we can bring them onto the belly or the hips. If our knees are wide, start to use our hands perhaps to bring you back into touch. Our knees are together, walk the feet back into the distance, and take a breath before you transfer fully out of the posture. You're welcome to take a momentary child's pose for 3 breaths, supported with your bolster or your pillows. Or you can sit up nice and tall, feet hip distance apart in front of you. Just a gentle windshield wiper, being mindful to keep our spine neutral since we were in just a little bit of a back bend. Notice how you feel any emotions or thoughts that are surfacing. We show a lot of gentleness and compassion if they're maybe not the thoughts that we feel like we want to have, or they're a little bit perhaps stressful from the patterns of watching the news or something like that. Let's just take a few deep breaths, acknowledging them, not trying to push them away, but simply allowing them to exist and be, but with our utmost awareness, can make a difference of how they affect us. For our final posture, we're going to go into a super restorative Shavasana. I'm going to take maybe all your pillows and get a really good height at the bottom of your mat. Make sure it feels nice and even, so you might have to squish them into levelness. And once you find that, we're just going to scooch those pillows just a little closer to us so that it's not right at the bottom. And if we wish, we could have a pillow under our head. And then maybe just the 2 pillows under our calves. Okay. So we don't want necessarily our heels only on the pillow. We really want to have our calves, which might mean, depending if your legs are kind of long, you might have the heel off of the pillow, and that's okay. So that we're not knees on here or feet on here, but kind of on the in-between. When you find that place and you lay down, you can place our pillow on the head, our pillow on the head, our head on a pillow. You know the restorative's working one. And our calves essentially on our pillows below. Our arms can go wherever's comfortable. If you want to make it like super restorative and you have 2 blankets, you could put a blanket under each of your arms by your wrists and give yourself that extra softness and lift. If you're finding yourself still a little bit distracted today, you can use the helper of touch, the sense of touch, hand on belly and heart, and physically breathe into your hands as a point of conscious awareness. If our hands are apart on the ground, we could refocus our drishti, our inner gaze, to the sacred space of our heart, that feeling of rising and falling, that wholeness that exists within simply by focusing to that inner space. We'll have our last beautiful song, maybe 1 or 2 depending on how long they are, from Bindi and Theo. Closing our eyes, focusing on that inner space and gentleness we carry. wandered off to a far off land, take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Staying as you are, I'd like to finish with a very little beautiful reading by Eckhart Tolle. Perhaps my beautiful musicians can have some soothing tones to go with it. Staying with your breath, perhaps eyes closed. Hope that this little passage can bring you some light and some softness to a time of different ways of being. Mastery of life is not a question of control, but a finding of balance between human and being. Mother, father, husband, wife, young, old, the roles you play, the functions you fulfill, whatever you do, all that belongs to the human dimension. It has a place and needs to be honored, but in itself is not enough for a fulfilled, truly meaningful relationship or life. Human alone is never enough, no matter how hard you try or what you achieve. Then there is being. It is found in the still, alert presence of consciousness itself, the consciousness that you are. Human is form. Being is formless. Human and being are not separate, but interwoven. Let's have one big breath together into the front of your heart, back and sides, biggest breath. And let's let a soft sigh. You're certainly welcome to stay in this resting pose as long as you may need. If you have the ability and you wish to donate to our beautiful Moto Yoga Stratford studio, she has done so much for us as a leader and as a teacher. Krista has been incredible as a support for all of us teachers, near and far. And so if you have the means, even if $2, $5, and you feel the urge and the opening to donate to the studio, you can do that through info@motoyogastratford.com through e-transfer. You can also email Krista on how to do that. If you're here and you got what you received and what you needed, it's absolutely free. Don't feel the need to feel like you have to do anything for this. This was from our hearts to yours. Thank you to Theo and Bindi for their incredibly beautiful music and taking the time to be here with us as well. So if you guys need anything from me, I'm at Me Yoga KW. That's my personal feed. I can always be reached, of course, through the Stratford one as well. Thank you so much for joining us today.